Bhagavad Gita as it is, first chapter, text number 40, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on July 28, 1973, in London, England.
Translation. When irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become corrupt, and from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Vrishni, comes unwanted progeny.
This is a very important point for good population. Without good population in the society, gentlemen, culture, educated, following the rules and regulations of religious principles, how we can expect peace and prosperity? That is not possible. So, the whole Vedic system was meant for having very good population. Not such kind of population who are addicted to killing and drinking and so many other sinful activities. No, then you cannot check. If such population is there, then everything will be polluted, especially nowadays, because there is want of good population and they go in the government, and how you can expect good government, good administration? The whole population is polluted. Therefore, in such a great state, USA, the president is being tried and is being criticized. So there must be good population. So to have good population, the woman should be very chaste. That is the basic principle of Vedic civilization. And to keep the woman chaste, it was the function of the responsible father, or in the absence of father, the elder brother. He must get the woman, the girl, married. It is compulsory. There is no compulsory for man to marry, because a man may remain brahmachari. By training, he can abstain from sex. But if woman is not protected very strictly, it is very difficult. It is very difficult. Chanakya Pandit has, we are discussing Shastra, don't think otherwise. Chanakya Pandit says, Vishwasa naiva kartavyam strishu rajakuleshu. Vishwasa naiva kartavyam. Don't trust woman. Vishwasa naiva kartavyam strishu. Strishu means woman. Rajakul and politicians. Yes. Vishwasa naiva kartavyam strishu rajakuleshu. Never trust the politician and woman. Of course, when woman comes to Krishna consciousness, that position is different. Okay? We are speaking of ordinary woman. Because Krishna says in another place, Striya Vaishyas Tatha Shudra. They are considered women, Vaishya, the mercantile community, and Shudra, and the worker class, they are less intelligent. Papajoni, When the progeny is defective, then they become less intelligent. So Krishna says, Mang hi patapasritya jepishu papajuna. Sriya Vaishya satha Shudra stepi janti parangati. In papajoni, degraded birth, even women, Shudra and Vaishya, they also can become fully Krishna conscious by training, and they can also go back to home, back to order without any check. So, when we study things from material point of view, these things are to be taken care. But when a man or woman becomes Krishna conscious, he or she takes care of herself or himself. So, it is spoken, Arjuna is speaking of ordinary women. Srishu dustashu. Just like adharma abhibhava, adharma. If the woman is trained, a girl is trained from the very beginning that you should remain chaste. That is dharma. It is called satitya dharma. Sati means chastity. There are many stories of sati, chaste woman. Naladamayanti. His husband became so poverty-stricken. He was king, but he became later on so poverty-stricken that he had no sufficient cloth. So the husband and wife was putting on the same cloth, half and half. So still there was no divorce. You see? Still the woman did not consider, she was also king's daughter, but the husband has fallen down to so much poverty-stricken condition, so why shall I leave it? These are some of the extreme examples of chastity. Not to speak of olden days, I have seen in Bombay in 1935 or 34, on the roadside there was a beggar. The beggar, the face was defaced, might be some accident. His eyes and everything became defaced. He could not see, everything became useless. So he was sitting on the roadside and his wife also sitting. But I saw that beggar was neat and clean, the wife was also neat and clean. The wife's business was that to keep the husband always neat and clean and fresh and bring him there and again take him at home, young woman. So I could understand that his wife is so chaste. She has not left such ugly husband because his face was defaced and helping him because they required some money. So we have seen there are many stories of chaste women. Many stories. There was one disciple of Ramanujacharya, very poor. So Ramanujacharya came in that poor disciple's house and he saw there was no one in the house. So he thought, what is this? This is my disciple's house, his family man. Why there is none? That means he could understand that the door is not locked. The door was closed only. Then he could understand that within the door his wife is there. Therefore he knocked the door, and there was response also knocking, but she could not come out. That means she was so poor that she had no garment. She was keeping herself within the room naked. So Ramanuja could understand that there is his wife, maybe she has no sufficient clothing. So immediately his own clothes there within the room. And the woman came out, putting on that, and then offered obeisances. So he could understand the position, that very, very poor, even no clothing. So after putting on the cloth, he went to the grocer's shop, because Ramanujacharya is there, she must receive. Grocer's shop. The grocer knew that this woman is very poor. So his business was to entice her. But she never agreed, although she was young. Now this woman went to the grocer's shop, that you know that I am very poor, I require immediately some grains, ghee and other things. My Guru Maharaj has come at home, I must receive. So tonight I agree with your proposal, please give me. Even at the sacrifice of my chastity I want. So the grocer was very glad. No, this woman I can't have tried to induce her. She never agreed, and now she is agreed. So, all right, you take whatever you like. Take. So she was given all kinds of food grains, as much as she wanted, and she cooked and gave to the spiritual master and his associates, his servants. Everything was very nice. In the meantime, the husband came working whole day, and he saw that everything was nicely done. Guru Maharaj is paid and his associates are paid. Because he asked his wife, how did you get all these things? Then she narrated the whole story. Then the husband also said, yes, you have promised. All right, take some prasadam and go to him. Because you have promised to meet him this evening, so go. Then the grocer heard the whole story and his mind became changed. Oh, such a chaste woman, such a faithful. See, you are my mother. You take more ingredients, grains, as much as you like. So there are still, that is not very long ago. So this was the training, and the psychology is that woman, the first man she meets, and if she is kept carefully, she becomes staunch lover. This is psychology. There is good psychology in maintaining the society. Therefore, a woman, especially in India, especially in Bengal, before attaining puberty, she was married. Not to meet the husband unless she attains puberty. But she remained at father's house. But she must know that I am married, I have got husband. This psychology. Then she becomes very chaste. Because she thinks of her husband and becomes more and more devoted. So, this arrangement that woman must be married before puberty, or if not after puberty, she must get a husband. So, if this dharma, it is called kanyadaya. Kanyadaya. Kanyadaya means it is very obligatory that the father must get the daughter married. This is dharma. So, if this dharma or this religious principle is violated, that is, Arjuna is marking, adharma bhava. When people become neglectful of the family tradition and religious principles, adharma abhibhavat, krishna pradushanti kulastriya. Kulastriya. Kulastriya means, kula means family, and striya means woman. So woman must be belonging to a respectable family. Therefore it is said kulastriya. Not society girl. Kulastriya, of the family. We have got experience in our college days. I was sitting in a friend's house and one sweeper woman, with broomstick and with what is called covering, she was standing, say about 20 years distant from her sitting place. So I asked my friend that this sweeper woman wants to come in. She is waiting because we are sitting. She is ashamed to come. So let us come. So we stood separately. That means although she was a sweeper woman, still we had to honor her to enter. We stood up separately. She was feeling that how can I go between two men? This we have seen in our... So this is Vedic culture. Woman should not be allowed to mix with man. Not allowed. In Japan also, the same system. Before marriage they can mix, but after marriage they cannot mix. In Japan also I have seen. But in India, still the system is there. Woman without husband cannot talk with any man. That is also psychological. In the Bhagavad it is stated that man is like ghee, butter pot, and woman is like fire. Therefore, as soon as there is fire and butter pot, the butter pot must melt. Therefore, they should be kept aside. These are the statements. And the Shastra says that in a solitary place, you should not remain even with your daughter, even with your sister, even with your mother. Matra sasra duhitrava na vivikta saneva se balavan indriya grama viddangsapi karsati. Either your mother or sister or daughter. Nobody becomes lusty with mother or sister or daughter. But Shastra says, even your mother or sister or daughter, you should not live in a solitary place. Then one may question how it is possible. No. The Shastra says, Balavan Indriya Grama. The senses are so strong that it becomes polluted. Now it may be, some rascal fools may be polluted like. No, Shastra, Viddham Savikarsati. Even the most learned, he can be polluted. So sometimes, in India, I am criticized that I keep women and men in the same temple. In India that is not allowed. No man can leave at night. They can come and go. But I defend myself that this is the system of the country. The women and men, they intermingle. How can I check? Then the woman, shall I not give them any chance for chanting Hare Krishna? No, I shall do these chants. I shall give this chance to woman even at the risk. That is my request. So therefore, chastity is very, very important thing for producing good population, nice population. So unless the population is good, if the population become hippies, then how there can be any peace and prosperity? Therefore, to produce children, there is sanskar. First sanskar is garbhadhan sanskar. This is called kula dharma. Garbhadhan sanskar means when especially the high caste, brahmana, kshatriya, especially, shudra, not shudra. Shudra has no sanskar. Only the higher class, brahmana, kshatriya and vaishya. Vaishya also sometimes no sanskar. But brahmana, kshatriya must have sanskar. Dasavidha sanskar, 10 kinds of sanskar. One of the sanskar means purificatory method. One of the sanskar is also marriage. One must get married. So, before the child is given birth, there is sanskar. What is called garbhadhan sanskar. It is not that the husband and wife mix without any restriction and have sex life at any time. No. You know that mother of Hiranyakashipu, Grocer Muni, I think, father. So, the woman became very much sexually excited. And the husband replied that this is not time, this is very bad time, evening. Why you are insisting? But she was too much lusty, and because the husband was obliged, Hiranyakashipu was born. A demon was born. Therefore, there is garbhadhan sanskar. To find out when the husband and wife should mix and give birth to a child. Therefore in the Bhagavad Gita I will see that sex life, which is according to the principle of religious ideas, that is iron. The sex life is not bad, provided it is executed according to the religious principle. So garbhadhan sanskar, just what is the idea? The idea is the child born must be first class. He will be able to become Krishna conscious, he will be able to understand the Shastras, the Vedas, he must have the good brain. These were the ideas. But if they are not born in that way, like cats and dogs, that is called Varna Sankara. Varna Sankara. You cannot specify whether he is a Brahmana or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or Shudra. That is called Varna Sankara. So Varna Sankara population is not good. Varna Sankara. No caste. No definition to which class this man belongs. So at the present moment, because these purificatory processes are not accepted, even in India, accept and they are unable. Everything has topsy-turvy. Therefore, the Shastra says that accept everyone as Sudra. Kalo Sudra Sambhava. There is no more Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya. All Sudras. You have to accept. Because no Vedic culture, no Garbhadhan Sanskar. They are born like cats and dogs. So where is this division? There cannot be. Therefore, accept them as Sudra. Varna Shankar is less than Sudra. So at least Sudra they should be. So there is no Vedic Dikha. For Sudra there is no Dikha. There is no initiation.